Most of the advisors that I talk to want to start a YouTube channel, and they tell me that they're going to start a YouTube channel. However, I see that 99% of them don't end up starting a YouTube channel or don't end up continuing with their YouTube channel. And then, of course, they don't see results and they say that YouTube doesn't work. So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you guys to start a successful YouTube channel as a financial advisor that consistently drives traffic and leads to your business, and it generates the lifestyle and the business that you want. So in today's video, I created 10 different ChatGPT prompts, which we're going to work through that will help you set up, start, and then continue a successful YouTube channel that works in the insurance business. What is up, guys? For those of you new to the channel, my name is Philip Setter, and I've been in the insurance industry for over 10 years now. I've scaled my own brokerage to 6 figures and beyond, 100% online using digital marketing and social media like I'm going to talk about in this video. If you guys want to do the exact same thing in your business, I recorded a 2-hour mini course that you can go and watch. Just comment masterclass below or check the link in the description to get it. But without further ado, let's just get right into this video. Okay, before we get into the prompts, and I'm going to do a screen share here, and we're going to go through every single one of them step by step. I want to talk to you a little bit about YouTube, because you might be coming into this video and saying like, hey, like, why would I start a YouTube channel? I don't need to start a YouTube channel, or YouTube doesn't work for me because, you know, I'm a financial advisor that works in the high net worth division, or, you know, I work in this market that people don't watch YouTube, pardon me. Here's the thing. I avoided YouTube probably for the first 5 years of my business when I first got started as an insurance broker. I got started in 2014, so over 10 years ago now, and I avoided all social media like the plague. Luckily, when COVID happened during 2020, I did pivot and I started to go into social media, and specifically, I used YouTube as my main platform, and YouTube has been able to provide me with a 6-figure business in the insurance brokerage, in the insurance industry, I should say. Let me make my case for why I think YouTube is one of the most powerful platforms that you can utilize as a financial advisor. Here's the thing. We are nothing but a commodity. There is nothing different about you or me or any other financial advisor. We all have access to the same products, whether you're selling mutual funds or you're selling insurance or you're selling any other type of product. There's nothing that sets us apart. And in today's day and age, when you're trying to distinguish yourself from every other person that sells the exact same product, one of the best ways that you can do that is by video. Video is one of the best ways that you can actually watch me right now, just like you're looking at my face and you're hearing my voice, and you can determine whether or not, do I like this person or not? All the other mediums that have typically been used in the past, you know, door knocking or ads or benches or Facebook posts, Instagram posts, some of those things I should say still work. However, all of those things now, especially with things like ChatGPT and other AI and other things that can pump out that written content so quickly, one of the best ways to set yourself apart is by video, and of course, YouTube is the best place to be putting your video. But let's actually just get right into it so you can start to set up your YouTube channel and continue to build it and set up a library of videos where clients can continuously find you for years and years to come. Okay, so this entire ChatGPT prompt section right here, if you just go into the description, I'll put it in the comments as well, but if you just go into the description, I'll put a link there and you can go and just get these all for free. You just have to create an account, put in your email, and then you just go logging into the curriculum. By the way, this is part of my overall longer curriculum, the Social Media Mastery for Financial Advisors. So a lot of these prompts that we're going to be using today come from that curriculum, but you can get access to this ChatGPT prompt and this workbook actually completely free. It's complimentary. You can just take it, so you don't have to pay for that, but this is part of the overall longer curriculum. Now, let's go to this personalization prompt. This is the first thing that I want you to do in your ChatGPT, because just by default, I find two things. Number one, ChatGPT uses a shitload of M dashes and super corporate jargon, and it just doesn't sound very human-like, so that's the first thing that we want to change. The second thing that we want to change is that it will just blindly agree with everything that you say. So if you ever notice when you're using ChatGPT and you're just like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? No matter what you say, that she's like, she or he, whichever gender I guess you assign to it, it's like, no, yeah, that's a great idea. You should absolutely start, you know, an ice cream shop on Mars. That's going to make you a ton of money. So this is just something that I put into ChatGPT, and it just gives it a way more human-like messaging, as well as it doesn't blindly agree with everything. It pushes back on everything that you say. So if you look here, let me just go through this here. So this is, to make it more useful as a thinking partner. It reduces blind agreement, cuts out cheerleading, and shifts responses towards clear mentor-level guidance that challenges assumptions and improves decision-making. So here's a prompt right here. Just go ahead and copy this. So you actually put this prompt into ChatGPT, and I'll just show you what that looks like. I've already done it in mine, but let's just go ahead and put it into mine and see what it comes up with. So you would do this prompt. Here we go. So this is what it's going to create for me. This is actually pretty similar to what it already created for me, like, I don't know, like maybe 6 months ago or 5 months ago when I put this in. If we go back, I actually did put, this is basically the one that it made for me, but you don't want to use the one that it created for me because at the end of it, you'll see here, I do have anything else that may improve my personal use based upon what you know about me. So here's the thing, the more that you use ChatGPT, the more that it starts to understand you, it knows about your businesses, it knows about your personal life as well, if you're putting all of those things into it, which I put a ton of information into my ChatGPT. It gets like tons of questions, and I'll just like sit there and record like 10 or 15-minute voice notes to it, explaining different problems that I'm running into, whether those problems are personal or business. And so this is one of the ways that you can get some improvements based upon your personal use. So don't just copy my little section right here. You want to actually go ahead and put that in yourself, and hopefully it knows you well enough. So you can see here, this is something it pulled for me. Assume I am inexperienced, especially in business, SaaS, marketing, insurance, content creation. Do not over-explain basics. Treat me like a smart peer. Technical topics. Think like a partner who understands SaaS products, advisor behavior, onboarding systems, CRM workflows, DNS records, compliance documents, and insurance distribution in Canada. Offers structure, trade-offs, and clear recommendations. So once you get this answer back, once you put the prompt in, all you gotta do is copy this and then go up to your name, and then once you go to names, just go to personalization, and then once you go to personalizations, you go to custom instructions, and just copy and paste that in. So that is number one. Get that out of the way first, and then you'll have a ChatGPT that actually doesn't blindly agree with everything you says, sounds a little bit more human-like, and is much more valuable. Now that we have that done, let's go down to our YouTube system here. Again, you can download all of this. The very first thing we're gonna do to set up our channel is get all of our descriptions, channel keywords, playlist descriptions, about us section, etc. So that is all right here. So if we go to my own YouTube channel here real quick, I'll just show you guys where to put all this. We go to YouTube Studio. From there, we go to customization, and in customization, you'll see here, we have description. So this is really easy. So just go to YouTube, start a new YouTube channel. Once you've done that, obviously get a nice headshot, get a banner image, choose your name. So for a name, obviously I would choose your name, and then you could put dash financial advisor or dash insurance broker or dash something else. You don't have to put that, but you could if you wanted to. But I would recommend putting your name as the personal brand, even if you are part of a brokerage. Your name is Joe Smith and your brokerage is Iron Shield Financial or something like that. I would still recommend putting your name first. I waffled on this and I went back and forth, and I actually did go with my company name, but I ddid think that was a disservice, and you can see my new channel here is just my name. So that's what I would do. The handle, that doesn't matter that much. I mean, you can put your name, whatever you want to make it, don't put too many numbers or things like that. Just put it like your name, and if your name's already taken, you put your middle initial in there. For description, if we go back over here, you'll see here that we can get, where is it? About us section right here. So you want to get this. You just want to copy this section over here, and then you can copy that, and then you can put this here. I am licensed in Alberta, Ontario. You can say all these different things here. You can do some other things there, and then this will create you a little description that you can then put into this description. Okay. That looks great. You can see this. I already made mine here. So I have, Philip Setter. Here's a short description. Here's some, obviously, things that I'm the creator of. And then some different credibility pieces as well that you can put down there at the bottom. So you can see this is already made a little thing. Obviously, you put a little bit more information into it. It's going to get you a better answer. Okay. So now that that's done, we want to go down. Okay, this is all good. Let's go back here. So a couple other things that you want to do with your channel. Two other things is if you want to get a list of keywords, which I recommend. So let's just go ahead and copy this one. Now let's put it into ChatGPT. Okay. Oh, all right. We already got them. It's this one right here. So then if we go back to here, if we go to settings, and then in settings, if we go to keywords right here for the channel, you can just copy and paste that and then save it. So now we have our channel keywords. This isn't a huge deal. Like, don't stress too much about it. Obviously, it is, beneficial and is going to help a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. But you do want to optimize it as best as you can. Okay, and then the last thing that you have here in the worksheet for this section is the actual playlist description. And so if you're creating playlists on YouTube, which I highly recommend. So, for example, yourself as a financial advisor, you could have one for insurance, you could have one for investments, you could have one for maybe registered accounts, you could have one for taxation, you could have one for estate planning, you could have one for retirement planning, and then, so on and so forth. But you do want to create a couple different playlists. So if we go to my channel, I would go to content, and then I would go to playlists. And then you can see here, I have some interviews and guest spots that I've been on. I have my marketing automation. So this is an ongoing monthly conversation that I have with John. And then I have this policy stream tutorial as well. So you can see here, if we go to details, I've got myself a little bit of description in there. So what you want to do is, if we go back to here, just copy and paste this. And then if we go back to here, let's say I'm an insurance broker with a YouTube channel teaching people how to protect their families. I'm creating a playlist that organizes all my educational videos on, so let's just say we're going to do it on investing. Okay, there you go. Super easy. We're done. Just copy this, go back to YouTube, and then to create a new playlist, you would just go to create, and then you would go new playlist, and then let's just say this was, investing 101. Add description, and you're done. So that's pretty easy. I'm just going to exit out of that because I don't want to make that on my channel. So you should, over time, start to create more and more playlists, just because it makes it a little bit more bingeable content for people. They see a playlist and they, oh, this is great. I can just crank through all of this and, watch all the videos that are associated with investing or insurance or, taxes, whatever it is that you want to create. Okay, now that that's done, let's scroll down here. The next thing you want to do is you want to create a framework for your video descriptions. And so if you go to my channel, let's go to content. Let's pick any of these videos. Sure, let's pick this one. And you can see here, I have my description. So, I have some links up at the top, which, by the way, so you want to put whatever your top links are. So make it really easy for people to get a hold of you, and make it really easy for people to know who you are and where they can contact you. So you would put up here, let's see if I have it right here. Lead magnet link and contact information. So I would have that all up here. I don't have my contact information because I already get way too many messages and things like that and people calling me just because my number's out way too much on the internet. But as an insurance broker, trying to get some business on YouTube, I would recommend putting I would put your lead magnets, whatever that is. Maybe that's a free guide to life insurance 101 or term versus permanent, whatever lead magnet you have. I've made multiple different videos on my channel about building out lead magnets, for people looking for insurance and things like that. So just go check that out, lead magnet, on my channel. So that should be the first one, and then the second one, put your first name, put your email, and put your phone number. Make it super easy for people to be able to get a hold of you. If they watch a video, they just want to click this description and immediately get your contact information and then be able to contact you. So if we go back to this worksheet, you can see this is the framework that you want to have for every video. So the very first thing, you have your lead magnet, then you have your contact information, then you have the video description. Then if you have some must-watch videos, you're going to put that there. Some recommended playlists, you might put that there. I haven't created them on this channel quite yet because I haven't built out that much of a library. But if you go onto my insurance channel, you'll see that I have this exact framework built out because I have the playlists and I have the videos. Social media links, timestamps, and short bio. So what you can do, if you go to settings, if you go to upload defaults, you'll see that I already have this built out. So you see I have all my links up here, And then video description is just blank. You see I can fill that in, obviously, into each video, because obviously each video is different. And then if we go over here, we have all my social media links, the timestamps, I've started those, and then about myself as well. That is all down there. So those are just some upload defaults. Basically, every video that gets uploaded will have that on the video, so I don't have to copy it for everyone. You can do it either or. You can either just like have this saved in a Google Doc and then just like port it over for everyone. What I like to do is I just like to have this saved, so then every video that I upload will have the framework right here, and the only thing I need to add is the video description as well as these timestamps. And so if we go back to this one, you'll see I've already put the description in and I've already put the timestamps in. Okay, that is pretty straightforward. That's after you've created the video. And you can see here, I have this prompt to actually create the description for the video. So if we go over here, we just copy this, we go here, and let's say we made a video on about term life insurance versus whole life. Okay. And there we go. Looks great. We just copy that. And then if we were obviously uploading a new video and that was the video, we would just put that there. Okay. That is done. Let's go on to video ideas. Okay, so this is I think one of the best ways that you can use ChatGPT is more of a strategy engine, I suppose, to come up with ideas. So I think this is a really good way to start to come up with some different ideas. So let's just copy this, go over here, paste this, enter it, and let's see what it comes up with. So we've already set up our channel at this point. We've already set up our description. We have our tags. We have our playlists. We have our keywords. We have everything set up. Hopefully you've come up with a name and a photo and all those other things. And now we actually can start to create a list of 8 video ideas that we can start to use. So here we go, term life insurance versus whole life. I mean, I just talked about that one. So this is great. We have 8 different ideas that we can post from. Now, once we have the ideas, we can create an outline for it. So you see here on this next one, create outline. Now, this is here's what I would say about this, okay? I would use ChatGPT to create outlines and to create ideas and to come up with a basic framework. Once you start getting to the point where you're creating these ideas and you get in front of the camera and you're building these things, I personally feel like when I have the entire script written out, like everything, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't come off as authentic or genuine. I'm just coming off like reading bullet points or reading, actual phrases. And for me, I don't like to do it that way. So I just like to create a shell of a script, a very basic outline, just bullet points. So I can simply look over here, see the bullet point that I want to talk about it in front of the camera, and then stop, and then look back. I find that when I'm reading an entire script, it doesn't sound genuine, and it doesn't come off as authentic, so I would try and avoid that. So you see here, I have 2 different ones. I have the full script, and I have the bullet points. I would recommend doing it as a bullet point and not as a full script. However, there are some people that can, use a teleprompter, and they prefer full scripts, and they can still come off as genuine. But I am not one of those people. I need to just have it as a bullet point and then authentically speak the content as I'm going through it. So let's just copy this here. Let's bring this over back to here. Let's pick one of these ideas. Let's go why disability insurance is more important than life insurance, okay? So now we have 8 video ideas that we can start to create for the month, and I would recommend 8 videos per month is a good amount of videos to do. 8 long form videos per month. Okay, so we have a bullet point list of the most important topics, an engaging introduction script that hooks viewers and sparks curiosity to increase watch time, call to action that invites them to connect with you. Okay, that sounds great. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so this is not bad. I would probably break this out a little bit better than this. I would say, break the talking points into clear sections, point by point or something like that. Usually it formats it a little bit better than this, but let's just see what it comes up with now. This is much better. Okay, this is much better. I like this. Okay, so basically this is how I would do it. I would have your engaging script. So this is the intro. So this is the hook to the video. Every video should use what I call the halo format. So that's hook, action, lesson, and then outcome. So hook is immediately bringing the viewer in the first 15 to 30 seconds. Action is your prompt to action. So that's telling people, hey, my name is Philip Setter, been in the industry for 10 plus years. Here's how you work with me. Here's why you'd work with me, etc. Here's the benefit. Lesson is, of course, as what we're going through right now, explaining, in this example right here, it would be the lesson is why disability insurance may be more important than life insurance. And then at the end, outcome, you want to direct people to the next video. So you don't ever want to have people, end in a video and then just leaving and not actually clicking on anything else. So, at the end of this disability video that we're referencing right here, we could just say, now that you know everything now that you know everything there is to know about disability insurance, maybe you're interested in critical illness insurance, click here to watch a video about critical illness insurance or life insurance or term or whatever it is that you have on your channel. But you want to keep the viewer engaged. You want to have them going to the next video. So this looks pretty good right here. So you could just copy this and just go section by section. So what I would do is each bullet point right here, I would have on my computer, and then I would look at it, and I would look at the different points. Okay, I need to talk about all these different points. Once I get that, I would look back at the camera. I would then deliver this entire section, going through it, pausing where I need to, and having this discussion. Once that's done, then I would stop. I would look back at the other screen, wherever it is, and then I'd figure out, okay, section number 6 is what I need to, say next. I would look back at the camera, and then I would repeat that process. So now that this is done, so we have our outline, we have the ideas, we have the outlines. Now let's actually go to creating and enhancing these different videos. So once we actually have we've gotten the title, because we have that obviously from the video ideas. We have the outline. We've recorded the video. Now we need to enhance the video. We need to optimize it. So let's actually just go ahead and click and copy this entire section. We'll go back to here and our latest video. What was it again? Let's go back up here. Where was it? It was why disability is more important than... Okay, so all we got to do is put that in there. And here's our next section. Okay, great. So this will just give you a few more different So we're going to have titles. We're going to have the YouTube SEO description. There's 2 different places for this. There was another prompt that had this, but if you wanted to just have it here as well, it's just in 2 different places. Here's the SEO keywords and tags. So when you upload a video, there's 2 different places you put tags on your YouTube channel. The first one is your channel keyword tags, and then the second one is on each specific video, you again have tags. Don't get too stressed about tags and keywords. They don't make that much of a difference in the video. They do help a little bit, but they're not the end-all be-all. They're not as important as they used to be, so don't stress about them too much. But they are there. You should optimize them, and you might as well. Take a little bit extra time. You already created the video. You spent time, going through this entire process. You might as well do it the best you can, but don't stress about it too much. And then we have our thumbnails. Text and design ideas. So if you're working with, a graphic designer, which of course I would recommend to create your thumbnails, here's some different options. And you can see this little mentor note. This is just, again, something that comes from that personalization setting that I built into my own ChatGPT. So this is all ready to go. By the way, this is what I want to say. So we have our title here, Why Disability Insurance is More Important Than Life Insurance. Here's some other YouTube titles that you may want to consider. So why disability matters more than life insurance, why your income is more valuable than life insurance, the biggest insurance risk nobody talks about, life insurance won't help you. So one of the things that you can do on YouTube, which if we go to here, and then maybe we can go to here, you can see this A/B test is running, and you can see here, when you upload a video, you can actually put in different titles, and you can put in different thumbnails. I don't do thumbnails because, I pay to get all my thumbnails done, so I'm not going to pay the graphic designer, 3 times to make 3 different thumbnails, but I do run it for titles. So you can see here, I'm running 3 different titles, the exact funnel I use to build a 6-figure insurance brokerage, how to build one, steal my blueprint, etc. So you can grab some of these. Let's go back to here. You can grab some of these other titles and use some A/B testing on YouTube to see which one works best. Just enter them in as you actually upload your video. So this might be your first one, but then, maybe this one resonates with you. Put that one in and maybe put this one in as well. And again, this is now everything you need to do to enhance your video once it's already created and good to go. Okay, so we are working our way down this list. Let's go back to ChatGPT. But one of the last things that we want to do is once you create a video now on YouTube, you want to be able to share that video and use that content that you created on YouTube to share it on other platforms as well, such as LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, I should say, for that matter as well. So this is another prompt. So all you have to do is just copy this entire section right here. And just because actually we're running a little bit late on time here. We're already like 25 minutes in. I won't go through this entire thing with you, but I do want to explain how this works. So once we're creating long form content on YouTube, we don't want to just directly share that content on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So one of the worst things that you can do is go onto your Facebook and be like, hey, I made this YouTube video, and then you paste the YouTube video and you're like, click here to go watch it. So what happens is every social media platform doesn't want you to leave that platform. YouTube doesn't want you to get off YouTube, and every other platform doesn't want you to get off that platform. So when you go on to LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, well, Instagram is more difficult, but let's just say LinkedIn and Facebook, and you make a post, and in that post, you put a link, whether it's to YouTube or anything else, that platform, Facebook and LinkedIn, is going to throttle that post because they don't want people leaving the platform. And so when you have a YouTube video that you want to share with people, don't just share the link. And I have that in here. This should be in here. Right there at the bottom, it says encourages people to comment to get a link to the full video. So how it should be, hey, one of the important things about disability insurance over life insurance is, here's all the reasons. You want to create it, and this prompt by the way will do it, but you want to create it as a standalone post that brings value on the specific platform, so Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. And then if people want more information on the video and they want to watch the video, get them to comment on the video, and then on the comments, that's where you actually paste the URL. Then that platform is not going to throttle that post. You're going to get full engagement, and the more people that comment, the more they're going to think that it is a value post, and people want to, comment and interact with it, and they'll push it to more and more people. The last thing that I want to go in for you guys here, and again, I'm not going to go through everything because it's kind of a little bit of the same. The only difference is everything that we went through previously was long form content. So that's anything from, 5 minutes and longer. What I would say about long form content is only make it as long as it needs to be and not a second longer. So try and keep it as short as possible while still explaining everything and not a second longer. Short form content, on the other hand, is anything less than 60 seconds. So that is, Reels, TikToks, Shorts, etc. It's an entirely different beast. You have to have, a different hook value. The hook within short form content is way more important than it is in long form content. You have like a second or two to capture their attention, as opposed to a long form content, you might have 10 to 15 seconds to actually capture it. Short form, it's like a second. You have 1 second or 2 seconds to capture their attention. And if you don't do it, they're gone and they're on to the next video. So it's a lot different of a vehicle. However, everything that I explained for the long form content, we also have for short form. So this is some prompts you can use for short form content. So here's short form ideation. Here is short form scripting. So again, if you want to go through these bullet points and go through those, you can put all those in as well. And then here is the description that you can use. And if you want to, obviously, I would recommend creating descriptions to put in your short form videos so you can put those, onto YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn. Okay, that is everything for all the ChatGPT prompts. Again, if you want to download them, just go into the description and you can click that link and get access to this entire workbook. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now that you have an idea of setting up a YouTube channel, click here to watch a full breakdown of how to use YouTube as a financial advisor to get clients and build a consistent business. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, as always, drop them below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.